Soon.
All right. We're back.
Are you recording? Oh, okay.
I am recording. That's your favorite question.
It is. All right.
So when it comes to my gown, we shopped. I shopped for my gown in 2 cities.
Can I ask what question we're on?
53.
All right.
Hey, Destis and Bride friends. This is part 2 of my 100 plus fact deep dive of my DESTIWedding with my ultra handsome, funny, just so lovable hubby. It's definitely a standalone episode, so feel free to keep watching or listening, but I had to let you know. So, if you want to know about the first 50 or so facts, check out the episode right before this one, and I'll also link to it in the description of wherever you're watching or listening. And make sure that you subscribe, ding that bell so that you know whenever a new episode drops. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And while you're down there, if you're brand new, give me that hashtag I'm a Desti and let me know when and where you're getting married. I love getting to know new bride friends, so introduce yourself. And all details are available in Destiland. The link is in the description as well. And that's it. So thanks for spending this time with us. Back to us, the Allens, telling you exactly how we planned our destination wedding in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Enjoy.
I'm ready.
Counting? You ready? You ready to be done?
No.
Oh. You just wanted to know what number?
Yeah, I like to know things.
I believe it's 53, yes.
Okay.
See, we probably have way more facts at this point now, so it probably jumped because there's a few things you
I know. Hopefully
said.
this is helpful, though.
Shop for my gown in 2 cities.
You did, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't involved with that at all.
Yeah, what were the cities?
DC and Atlanta.
That's accurate. Where did I find my gown?
In Atlanta.
That is accurate.
The Say Yes to the Dress people.
What's the name of the spot?
Kleinfelds or Kleinmans?
That's the one in New York.
Oh, all right. I don't know the one.
It's called Bridal by Lori.
Oh, okay.
And who's the designer of my gown?
I did.
Did you know that?
I think I did know that at some point. I remember homie because
Nope, that's who I met.
Oh, okay, all right. Then I don't remember.
Yeah, I met Lazaro.
Okay.
And I thought I was actually going to get a Lazaro, a very specific gown. But my gown was an Eve of Milady.
I don't think I ever knew that.
I don't think you did either.
Yeah,
That's why, you were thinking Lazaro.
Yeah.
And the style is 1560. That's been a question that was asked a lot. So, Eve of Milady, style 1560.
Eve of Milady.
Yes, we shopped for your tux in 2 cities.
Yes.
What were those cities?
DC and New York.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Where did you find your tux?
New York. Yeah. My old stomping grounds.
And what's the name of the place where we got it?
Suit Supply. Suit Supply.
Okay.
Yeah. I know the tux was so magnificent. People just think it had to be like a custom job from the beginning.
That one right there?
Yes, that one. I know. I get a lot of props for that one.
Look at your legs.
I am bow-legged, yes.
It's bow-legged. You see those legs? Don't see those?
I don't see it, but everybody else sees it.
You don't see. Okay.
I don't know.
You don't
looks
see it?
normal to me. My whole family's bow-legged. What were we talking about?
You asked where it was.
Yeah, Suit Supply in New York, and it was quite a journey. We looked at a few different places, and that was the last place that we looked, and it was really just a Hail Mary. We were tired. We'd been running around New York all day, and we really didn't want to go. And we said, let's just go and let's check it out, and immediately saw it and knew, with the big black lapel and the kind of like the almost kind of aqua blue, like we knew it would go really well with the it's like a royal blue, I guess, but it will look good with sort of all the blues I'd seen before, really dark navies, and that's not what we were going for. So it was a good look. And then the good thing about Suit Supply is like it's not just off the rack. They will sort of get your measurements and customize it that way. Yeah.
Remember who found it?
Were you the one that found it?
Yeah.
I
found a picture of it. We had all the pictures, and I had the photo that I found. That's why we were going to Suit Supply. because that was the photo. We were looking for that specific tux.
I think you made that part up.
I did not
I
make that
think
part
you made
up.
that part up.
I
yo.
did
I
not.
think you made that part up.
Wow, so you think that just randomly, you just came upon that?
It was on a mannequin.
Yes, it was. We were looking for it. I said what we were looking for, and then when we walked in, it was like, that's it.
I don't recall that.
It
at
was
all.
a very specific. I found that online, laying in the bed in the middle of the night. I remember finding
You gonna
that.
get all that detail?
I'm just saying. I remember
was
that's
butt
that
naked at
planet.
the time.
Okay, see, ain't nobody compared it.
All right.
may or may not have been, but I was in the bed. I remember finding it, asking what you thought of it, and it went on the list because that's how we knew about all of the places that we went to.
Yeah, I know there was a specific tux at Bonobos when we went there.
In
DC.
all of the places, yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't remember that level of detail. So okay. No, I believe you. I do believe you.
And I also made some mistakes. And while looking for your tux,
Yeah, you did.
one of the mistakes I made was I was hurting feelings.
You were very insensitive, which is surprising for the sensitive creature that she is. She was talking to me about this tux like I was just like it didn't matter to me how I looked. She was just like, no, that's whack. No, I'm like, ho, your vocabulary is way too harsh for my liking, ma'am. So yeah, like for all of the DESTI brides out there, understand like that your groom has feelings too, as much as you
And grooms, but yes.
What'd you say? No, I'm just saying, I think grooms, I don't know this to be true. I'm assuming that grooms know that the dress matters a lot to their brides, right? A lot of brides might not know that, guys, we have feelings too. And when we're looking for these things, we might have our insecurities. We don't know how good it looks and this and that. You're there to be supportive. Like, we would be supportive if we were helping you look. So she was just kind of talking to me like I was a prop or something, like, nah, that ain't gonna work. I'm like, I like this. Hold on a second. Why are you talking about this like this? So, yeah, you were a little insensitive.
That's accurate. And I feel like I didn't do that often, but the way you just described that is right. Like, it was kind of like you were a prop. Like, it was like the tux was just the thing. And I was just like, nope. And I was very specific about my gown. And I remember talking to the people who came with me about it, like, hey, I got feelings. So before we even walk up in here, don't be trying to hurt my feelings. Don't be stomping all over them. And I did not apply that to you at all. I was very much like, no, look at that. Turn around. Nope, that ain't it.
Yeah.
And that was not good.
No, it wasn't a good feeling.
That wasn't.
So we had to have a little side conversation. For those who know me, I'm not particularly animated, but Omi makes fun of me because she says when I get upset, people get a stern talking to. And we had to just have a side conversation like, hey, they were not being very sensitive. So
yes,
can we...
I got a stern talking to in New York.
Can we please change the approach?
It's accurate.
And you did. I appreciate that.
In addition to my mistakes, do you remember what I got you to do in Atlanta?
When were we in Atlanta?
This is so random. And of course now I'm adding something. There was a facial.
Oh, so that was our bachelorette weekend.
Which is a fact as well. Bink.
Well, I don't know what the fact is. What, that we had it in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We had a joint bachelorette weekend in Atlanta. And yeah, she got me to do a facial and it was horrible. It was horrible. I was scarred to the point where we had to go see a dermatologist weeks before our wedding to heal up the scarring. Yeah. The first couple of days, she was like, it kind of reminds me of that King of Queens episodes where she gets her vision fixed. The first couple of days, she kind of was like, no, you're fine. You'll be okay.
It'll heal up. It'll be okay.
By like day 3, I'm like, yo, this isn't this isn't right. She's like, yeah, it's not right. We got to take you to a dermatologist. So yeah, I am terrified to get another facial ever again in life. This person I was in pain when I left that facial. It was not a pleasant experience at all. I don't know what she thought her job was, but it felt like it was to hurt me, and that's what happened. Yeah. It was not pleasant at all.
Yeah, I had all the best intentions. Like, you know what? Face is going to be super clear. It's going to be great. This will be your first facial. It's enough in advance. Will it be great?
Yeah, and I never want to do that again.
Yeah, that was too aggressive for sure. I've never had that experience. And of course, it was right before our wedding. So
yeah, it was about a month before, 4 or 5 weeks before the wedding. And I have all of these scars from, shit that she did. So I was stuff that she did. I'm cursing, but
yeah. I think you can curse, and that was in April, right?
Yeah, it was your birthday weekend.
So that was the month before.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said a month before, 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, I heard 4 or 5 months before. That's what I heard. Okay, I'm here. I'm with it.
Yeah.
So yes, that was definitely a mistake on my part as well. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was rough, man.
Worked out nicely though.
My poor face.
Yeah. But the doctor did get you together, and you would have never known.
Yeah.
Yeah, never known.
I don't want to be beautiful.
And I did also
just want to be
bring the dermatologist, so technically I fixed it.
You did fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. James. She's great.
Shout out. Amazing. So now we're moving into where it's about time. So we're packing. So now we're finally in this space that everybody loves to talk about, the packing and all the things. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, y'all. Now,
okay.
We're getting into it.
Okay.
So we had to have an extra suitcase.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Well, yeah, I remember we bought one. Yeah.
Well, what happened to make us really need that extra suitcase?
We brought a lot of our own stuff. We had welcome boxes, and we had to put the boxes together when we got to Mexico, but we had to travel with them, so we had to put the boxes and pretty much everything that was in the boxes all in a suitcase. So it was liquor, it was candy, it was aloe vera gel, it was aspirin, it was a bunch of stuff.
There was one extra thing that we had to bring that we didn't know we were going to have to bring that I always flip out about.
The alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah. Because, we wanted some Don Julio. Apparently there was a shortage or something in Mexico around that time. Yeah. And so we ended up bringing a bunch of bottles of Patron. And for those of you who do not know this about Omi's very particular about her alcohol. And her favorite liquor is tequila. And she's very particular about her tequila. And while many people will go crazy over a bottle of Patron, for Omi, Patron is not quite the level of tequila that she loves. So she was very upset about it. Yes, but our guests were perfectly fine with it, and it was all fine.
Yes. I wanted the little Don Julio bottles. I prefer Don Julio over Patron. For sure. Few things, and if you ever want to know about more good tequilas, go ahead and ask me. Drop it in the comments. So yes, who did the bulk of the packing?
You always do the bulk of the packing. My wife is a phenomenal packer, and that's not to say that she packs my stuff. I'm gonna be very clear about that. I'm not one of those husbands where I can't do anything. I pack my own stuff, but Omi is great at packing her stuff, which, by the way, always includes something in my stuff because I always have room and she doesn't. So
gotta add something.
She waits till I'm done. She's like, "Can you throw these hills in there?" Yes, I can do that.
Yes.
But she packs all the joint stuff.
Do I always do that? I do always do that.
Pretty much, yeah. There's always something. It may not be hills. It may be whatever.
Yeah, something though. Curling iron or something. Yeah.
But she always packs all of the hygiene stuff, which is a whole thing, from deodorants and lotions to face washes and toothbrushes and all
medications, all the things.
Everything. She does all of that. I usually go to sleep with my bag packed and wake up with pretty much everything done. Everything that needs to be packed up. I usually don't touch that stuff.
That is accurate.
Yeah, she's very good at that.
But we did go together to get the toiletries that we needed. I don't know if you remember that.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and where do we get those? That's always been a question.
Toiletries?
Yeah.
Target, typically.
That's the answer.
Yeah. They have the little travel size stuff.
Do you remember us packing our stuff and then getting to the airport and we got to... Where did we fly?
I don't know. Delta,
you remember
probably.
Airline? Yes, we flew Delta. That is accurate.
Oh, that was a fact?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were really asking me.
And we had our stuff, and the gate agents were not playing any games.
None. So we had all kinds of false illusions that when you're getting married, the carry-on rules don't apply to you.
Yes, we did.
Wrong.
Yeah.
So you get one carry-on, right? That's what you get.
Yeah, carry-on bag plus a personal. And we thought we would get away with having a carry-on bag, a personal, and our tux and dress. So we both thought we would get one extra, and everybody would be like, "You're getting married. Get on the plane. Who cares?" That is not what happened. And homie was not playing.
he started talking about FAA regulations, which I was about to mess with him for a second because I knew he really didn't know exactly what he was talking about, and I was about to go legal on him, but I decided let me fall back and chill because she's already losing it.
Yeah.
And I have to keep this together because she's not amused by the fact that this guy's like, yo, we're not letting y'all on the plane with all of that. So he's basically said, y'all gonna have to check something. You're gonna have to check either that tux and that dress. You're gonna have to check that carry-on. You're gonna have to check something. So we decided to check our carry-on.
Our roll-on bags.
Our roll-ons, which meant, so we went to Mexico with a good amount of cash because you make a lot of finance moment. You make a lot of down payments for your vendors when you're planning through wires or whatever. But then the final part of the payment, like the second half of the payment or whatever, is usually in cash at your location. Right. So we went to Mexico with probably about $5,000 in cash that we had to pay our vendors with. And that was in my roll-on.
I think we had a split.
We might have.
Yeah.
So we had to, like, in the
middle of the airport.
Middle, like right in front of the gate.
Yes.
We had to get on hands and knees, open up our carry-on, take all this cash out in front of all these people, and move it to my book bag, basically. Yeah. Because we felt like if anything gets lost,
it ain't about to be
that
cash will come up missing easily. Yeah.
And I've had bad luck with luggage being lost. I've had my luggage lost several times. So we were very paranoid about checking any of that stuff, but we knew that the tux and the dress were not going to get checked. And so we decided to check the roll-ons. And the guy, he kind of came around. He kind of had a heart at the end. And he actually came on the plane and found us and explained to us that with the ticket that they use to check our bag, we can actually go on the app and check and track it and make sure that the bag was safe. And it was because, we had
plane with us. Yeah.
We had a layover in Atlanta, I want to say, and from Pittsburgh to Atlanta to Cancun. And so it gave us some peace of mind knowing that we could track the bag on the app to make sure we knew where it was. But that was
I was still giving him attitude. And I was like, whatever. Yeah, he was talking to you.
The flight staff was super dope.
They were. That was what we wanted.
Like once you got on the plane, those folks, the flight attendants, they were really cool about like giving us the champagne and letting us put the dress and the tux in the little closet where they keep their own stuff. They were very cool about that. But I don't want any of you all to be confused. We heard couples talk about how
they could get
how
certain things,
airlines let them bend the rules about carry-ons, but Delta wasn't playing that.
Yeah, and we flew first class, and still we thought that was going to be a thing too. We thought like we're first class, so we're going to get on first. We're really going to get it.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't enthused.
He was not. He didn't care who was flying first class. He didn't care we were getting married, and homie was about to cry right in that airport.
I was gonna do something in that airport,
and we had to go to Plan B, and I was put all this cash in the book bag.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, but everything worked out. The bags made it all good.
Yes. You decided to do private airport transportation for us instead of the shuttle that came with our room, like with our room reservations.
Yeah. So the great thing about using Sarah and everything with booking, all of our guests had a free shuttle from the airport to the hotel, and we could have had that at our disposal. But I wanted to have one last little surprise or something nice to do, and so I booked private transportation actually from our apartment to the airport here in Pittsburgh. And then also I booked private transportation from the hotel in Mexico. I mean, from the airport in Mexico in Cancun to our hotel.
Yes.
And, just, something nice to do. Usually when I do the private transportation at our location, if we're going on vacation or something, you get the little option with a little bottle and, just a nice way to start your celebration.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice little thing. Once we got to Mexico, they had the little bottle, and we didn't have to be like with other people, and they put our stuff, loaded it in the car, and it was just a nice little something to do. So if that's possible. Yeah,
I mean, do what you can do with your budget, but for us, I think it was a nice thing. Like the morning of going to the airport here in Pittsburgh, which was like the crack of dawn, We didn't have to worry about an Uber or nothing like that. Like, got the private transportation company with the big truck, and they came and they, you know, they made us feel very comfortable on our way to the airport.
Yes, to get married.
Yes.
We got married.
We did. It was early. I don't know how Omi does it.
It was dark.
I go to sleep. I have to sleep.
Yes.
And I'll go to sleep even if it's just for 3 or 4 hours. Omi will literally stay up all night and pack. And then just go to sleep on the plane.
Yeah, I always do that.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I wake up, she's about done packing, and we get on the plane. We go to the airport.
Yeah, I feel like by the time you wake up, I'm usually like filling up the lotions or something, doing something random like that. Yeah. Just pretty much.
She plays music and gets in her vibe, and I go to sleep.
Yes, it's accurate. So how many days in advance did we arrive?
We got to our resort on a Tuesday. We got married on Saturday. So I don't know how many days that is. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days in advance.
We did. And we decided to do, for our welcome gift, you mentioned it before, but we did welcome boxes.
Yeah.
We added the additional touch to have them delivered to our guest rooms.
Yeah, I think it was like an extra little fee, but it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy for us to be able to do that. So once we got there, we talked to the wedding coordinator with who we did deal with a little bit.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Even though we didn't get married on resort, we worked with her. Like we didn't know they set up like a whole thing for our guests. Remember they were saying? Oh
yeah, that's not even.
They had like a welcome,
area check-in kind of.
Well, yeah, it was that check-in when you get off your get out your cab and you step into the lobby or whatever. They had like a welcome, Doug and Omi. Doug is my first name, even though I go by Che. Welcome Doug and Omi wedding guests or something like that. They did that for us.
Yeah.
And then they also did the welcome boxes. They delivered them to our guest rooms.
They did. Upon their arrival, they had their box that day.
Most of them.
Yeah. Most of them.
A couple got delayed, but yeah.
Oh yeah, huh? Yeah,
a couple. A little issue with a couple.
For the most part. And I designed the welcome boxes.
You did.
And you helped with the paper inserts and figuring out what we were going to put inside of them.
Yes, again, anything creative. That was her. I just gave my seal of approval. Anything with communication, written things,
or the details, what goes inside, what makes sense.
Yeah, I usually took the lead on that.
Yeah, remember we running around trying to find things, and it was a whole thing with that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Like with the candles and the candies,
for the welcome box?
Yeah, all the things.
Yeah.
That was a whole thing.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff in there, but we were really adamant about our wedding. Like we felt, again, we had guests who had never been on an airplane, never been to the beach, never had a passport. And so we really wanted our guests to feel welcomed. We wanted our guests to not have to worry or stress or think about anything. We knew that they had spent their hard-earned money coming, and it was really important for us that they only really go in their pocket to spend money if they wanted to do something extra outside of our wedding. And so we took care of transportation for our rehearsal dinner, which was really just taking all of our guests to dinner.
Yes.
We took care of that. We just told people you need money for tipping, the staff at the hotel, and if you want to do extra stuff, you want to leave the resort, take a cab somewhere, do excursions, which some of our guests did.
Yeah.
You need to have money for that. But we really took a lot of care in making sure that our guests felt comfortable and welcomed and didn't feel, like overwhelmed by the financial part of it. Once they got there, we really wanted people to be relaxed.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. So we welcomed them.
Yeah.
So with the welcome boxes, we just arrived with everything separately, all strewn about, and I talked about that in the mistakes video as well.
Yeah.
So we ended up having that assembly line with my dad and stepmom. Remember trying to figure that out, and energetically we were tired.
We were very tired.
Yeah.
We were very tired. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes. So we had a full assembly line that existed, and I blogged about it too. But basically, we had to put the boxes together and then put each thing in it and package them up before the guests actually arrived.
Yeah.
So
and we were fully prepared to do that ourselves.
We were.
Here's another thing about Omi, if you don't know. So we got there on a Tuesday, which was before anybody, and then we had a couple of guests 4 guests in total get there on Wednesday. Most of the people got there on Thursday, which is when we had our first event. But Omi's dad and stepmom were 2 of the 4 people that got there on Wednesday. And Omi and her dad have a special bond. And it's very sweet. I fully encourage all of the shenanigans, but they love to be with each other. And so we were fully prepared that night to put the boxes together ourselves.
Yeah.
And
that was the plan.
And we got a call around dinner time that her dad was there and wanted to see her. And would it be okay to meet him and stepmom at the bar to hang out for a little bit? And I said, of course. Somebody said, is that okay? Of course it's okay. We hung out for hours.
We did.
We hung out for hours and hours. And in between our time we spent at the bar with them and our time at the club with them, because yes, we went to the resort club with them.
That was after.
No, I think we put the boxes together in between.
Yeah. Oh, in between. Yes, that's what you were saying.
In between, we put the boxes together because her dad and stepmom insisted
on helping.
We're family. We're gonna help you do this because we told them, hey, we gotta cut the night short because we gotta put
things to do.
They said, oh no, we'll help you put the boxes together and then we're gonna hang out and kick it after that, which is exactly that.
That is what we did.
Yeah.
And I was dancing.
Only would have danced all night.
Yes,
I was tired.
Stop me. Yeah.
I will end my night.
And it was necessary because I would have danced all night and then the morning would have been terrible. We had a whole morning.
We had a big day on Wednesday. We had a big day.
On Wednesday.
Thursday. What day did your dad and Miss Trish get there? I thought they got there on Wednesday.
Oh, so it was Thursday. So did we arrive Monday?
No, we definitely arrived Tuesday.
We got there Tuesday.
We hung out with them. I thought it was Wednesday night when we hung out with them.
It was Wednesday night.
So maybe we didn't have a big day ahead of us on Thursday.
We did.
I think our big day was Wednesday. Our big day of looking at the venue, doing all that stuff. Thursday was when we did our pre-shoot. Our wedding shoot and all of that.
So yeah,
we had a different kind of big day ahead of us the next day.
Okay. So shifting that. So I have that. See, this is why we have to do this together. Okay.
Yeah. So
the next day. So Tuesday we arrived.
Yes.
And then Wednesday we had the big day.
Yeah, we went to our venue, which we saw in person for the first time.
And we put together because we had those guests that were arriving. So I put together. Oh, I forgot all about this. This is more facts actually. But I don't know if you remember when we woke up that morning before we went to meet with Joyce and everything, we had to put together 2 boxes because we had the 2 guests that were arriving. The 2 rooms that were arriving.
Yeah, we got the shot glasses from the
way more expensive at the gift shop.
The gift shop,
and had those. Yeah. And then we went and did everything. Yeah. So the tasting was on Wednesday.
Yeah. Are you going to talk about all that too?
Yeah, that's where I was with next.
Okay.
I thought the order was we packed everything in the assembly line and then Wednesday, but I'm wrong. That was actually Thursday when everybody started to come in. And then they came.
We packed everything Wednesday night.
Right.
And then Thursday is when everybody came.
Yes. So now we're in Thursday.
For those of you who are confused, let us pull this back because it can get a little confusing.
It can.
We arrived on Tuesday.
Yes.
Wednesday, we had a big day. Wednesday, we met with our planner and we ran a bunch of errands that included going to our venue and doing our tasting for all of the food and different things like that. That included
just seeing our venue too.
Seeing our venue in person for the first time. That included going to Walmart, picking up things like shot glasses that we needed for the welcome boxes because we didn't want to travel with all of that. We wanted to just travel with the necessities.
Yeah, and we wanted them to be local as well. We couldn't have Mexico shot glasses.
True. True indeed. We also went to the liquor store because this is part of us being extra.
It is.
Our wedding package for our reception at Blue Venado included champagne. It just wasn't the champagne that we like. So we went to the local liquor store and we bought however many bottles of Veuve.
Maybe like 12?
It was a lot. I don't know how many we bought, but we bought a lot because we needed them for the wedding reception. We needed them for your getting ready.
A couple for me and a couple for you.
So yeah, that was an area where like That's if you
unnecessary.
Yes, that was like we had it to do, so we did it. But yeah, that was a little extra right there.
Yeah, we did. We just said keep that.
We always wonder to this day what happened to the champagne that we actually were entitled to with our package. We didn't want it.
Yeah.
So maybe they just kept it. And
they didn't like discount us for it. We just said, don't worry about it. We'll just bring it, and they didn't like give it to us to take later or something. We could have, thinking about it, like gifted it to guests or something, or just we could have did who knows anything with it. We
weren't sending our guests home with bottles, man. That's crazy.
Did they room?
They were. A lot of them were catching flights the next morning. Our wedding didn't end until 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 or 1:30, something crazy.
That's a fact too. And we will go there. It was 1:30 though.
All right. So all of that happened on Wednesday.
Yes.
And we were actually supposed to do our wedding photo, our pre-wedding photos Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. Torrential downpour didn't happen. So Thursday, the day that most of our guests arrived, we did our pre-wedding photo shoot like right before our meet and greet.
We did.
Which worked out really well.
Yeah.
So we did our pre-wedding photo shoot. We did our meet and greet. And then Friday was the day of the white party, which was at night, and then Saturday we got married. So that's the timeline of how those days go by.
Yeah, he definitely just jumped through my facts. And
we'll
stuff,
come back.
That's
we'll
cool.
bring it on.
That's cool because we did have to.
Yeah, because
we bring it back.
Yeah,
and we had
I feel like they were like,
over.
"What did y'all do?" So, yeah, a lot going on.
That is accurate. So
yeah.
So it rained. That's why we had to postpone our photo shoot. So we talked about that.
From Wednesday night to Thursday afternoon.
Yes, and you talked about your part. One of your notes is luck is involved. So luckily it didn't rain for us. Yeah.
What are you saying?
You said it rained like hell 2 nights before the wedding, but luck is involved. So we got lucky.
Yeah, I mean, you do destination. You're hoping that a lot of things go right. You're hoping that people's flights aren't canceled. Or, something crazy happens. And we dealt with a little bit of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of difficult weather in the States on Thursday. So some flights were delayed. Some flights were canceled.
Yeah.
But people ultimately made it. One person had to come the next day on Friday. If you're getting married on the beach like we were, you're hoping for good weather. We had a backup location. Despite what she was saying on the...
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and... Yeah.
The mistakes video, you said we didn't know where our backup location was, which is not accurate. We definitely knew where it was.
It's accurate that I don't remember it, and I don't know that I had a firm grasp on it.
That could be true.
So,
but I did. And Joyce did, our wedding planner. So somebody knew where we were getting married.
Yes, I did not.
So, yeah. You're counting on a lot of things to go right. And, there's some luck involved, like she said.
Yes. Yeah. So we had our meet and greet on Thursday.
Yes. We debated a lot about that one too.
We did.
Did we want to have food?
Right.
We paid for the space. This is on the resort. Mm-hmm. They offer all these sorts of things. We paid for the space, and that's another thing that we dealt with the on-resort wedding planner with.
Right.
Paid for the space, the area we wanted to have it, and for the alcohol. Right?
Yes.
And it's really, all-inclusive resorts, alcohol's free. What you're really paying for is the staff to serve everybody. And we went back and forth a lot, like, should we serve food? Like, people are going to be drinking. And we ultimately decided, let's keep it super simple, no food, but then everybody will transition to dinner. At the various restaurants.
Right.
Which is what they did.
Yeah, because we had it right around sunset. So basically it was sunset actually. It was at that timing. It was a
lot of...
It ended basically at sunset.
Yes, that's accurate. Yeah.
And it was just enough timing for people to then, meet, have a good time, and then they ended up going on their own and having their dinners and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. As we mentioned, that's the magic of the destination wedding. People who never met before or who had only met in passing, they end up having dinner that night. By the next day, everybody's on the beach together. They're in the pool together. Everybody's family.
That is very much accurate.
Yeah.
So with the meet and greet,
yes,
we decided to keep it simple.
Yes.
And I was definitely trying to do the most with that. At one point, I wanted to have a bonfire. Remember the bonfire?
Yeah, you wanted to have a bonfire in May.
In Mexico on the beach.
I thought it would be a little too warm for that.
A little too warm. That's accurate. So that would have been who knows how much more. It was a whole thing.
It was an option.
So yeah,
it was there for
and
you
I
to
feel
do
like
it.
we did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
Like it was so simple. We didn't. I was thinking about all the things like the decor, the tables, and none of that mattered at all. We ended up there completely barefoot because we came from our photos.
Yeah, we took pictures on the beach and then just walked barefoot up to the venue.
We did. We had to go get our shoes at the end and everything. And everybody was just there.
It was outdoors. It was by the pool. They set up some tables and some chairs. Most people didn't even sit. They just sort of stood around
and walked
and that was a great photo opportunity. Our photographers didn't stay for that event. We didn't pay for that. But we had a friend who was a fantastic photographer, and he ended up taking so many pictures of that event. It just became it was really a meet and greet. Like, people really met, took pictures, talked, and it was dope. Yeah,
we got great photos from there too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we decided against having a bridal party.
Yes, we did.
Anything on that?
You want to say anything about that?
Well, we decided not to. I personally, it was a matter of knowing that there would be drama and all types of things not to deal with. So it was easier to just make things as clean as possible. So it's a big part of really why I started all of this. But the bride friends is kind of where that kind of came in, where I didn't need the bridal party. I don't need people like having to get them to dress up or count on them for this, that. It was enough drama in itself that existed. So just have I did get ready with my bride friends and had them kind of there along the way. Mm-hmm. But the idea of giving people specific tasks or asking them to pay for this and it was enough for people to just come.
Yep.
So we just decided not to.
Yeah,
Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think you touched on the two big things. One, we didn't want any drama around who was who and what was what. Bridal parties can get funny, people's feelings can get hurt and things like that, and we didn't want any of that. But also, it was in keeping with the theme of we really just wanted our guests to show up and have a good time. We didn't want to ask anything of them. We didn't want them to have to make sure that they brought their, went and rented their tux or did whatever and then brought that or their dress and their shoes.
You
guys are guests. You're here to watch us get married, and that's it. We had a couple who are friends of ours do a reading.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
But that was really all of the outside participation in our ceremony. We kept it very simple, and I think it worked. And also we got married a little later in life than a lot of people do. We were 32 when we got married, and so a lot of our friends had been there, done that. They've been bridesmaids, they've been groomsmen, and we felt like y'all ain't got to do all that for us. Just come, show love.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Yes. And instead of having a rehearsal dinner, we decided to treat all of our guests to dinner. You did mention that. So we did the night on the town.
That was dope. That was a great decision.
Yeah. So that was on Friday night.
That was on Friday night, and that was another random Google find. We were looking at a lot of different places. Joyce had some great suggestions. We wanted something authentic. That's what we wanted. Because we knew this might be the only time that some of our guests got off the resort. And so we really wanted to do something authentic for them. We wanted to go into Playa del Carmen, and have them have a nice, authentic Mexican dinner. And I randomly found that this hotel/restaurant, we're going to shout out Carboncitos.
Shout out to Carboncitos.
That they had a rooftop location. And Joyce had never dealt with them before, but she was like, this is where it's great to have the wedding planner. She said, I'll go check it out. And I'll take pictures and I'll let you guys know what I think. And she went to see it, and she was like, it's amazing. You guys should definitely do it. And again, we didn't have a bridal party.
Right.
So a rehearsal dinner usually just includes your bridal party. We didn't have that. And we only had 27 guests if you take us out of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we felt like it's a small enough group that we can afford to just treat everybody to dinner. And we asked everybody to dress in all white. Is that next?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep going.
No disrespect.
I'll ding it. No, keep going.
We asked everybody to dress in white. And listen, it's okay to bite. It's okay to steal things. We were in a wedding. We were at a wedding in St. Lucia the year before our wedding. And there was another wedding happening that same weekend
on that
resort, and we saw them all dressed up in white one day, and we were like, what's going on? And they were like, oh, it's like the rehearsal dinner tonight, and we're just gonna hang out and have a good time. We were like, yo,
white party, because
it was dope, because they were fly, you knew who everybody was, they were having a good time. So we were like, yo, we want to do that.
Yeah, you were big on that. That was definitely your thing.
Okay.
Like you really, really loved that and thought that was a good thing.
Yeah, I liked it. So Omi was down, and we asked everybody to wear white, and they did. And they looked fantastic. They were fly, and it was a great night.
Yeah, it was fun. It was the same thing where when we were, like, after dinner, we walked through the town, and we were just all in white. Like, it was just us walking in white, looking to figure out where we were going to go.
People going like, what the hell is this? Like, who are you? And next thing you know, after our dinner, we planned to just hang out, and we went down to, I think it was 4th Street or 5th Street?
I think it's called 5th Ave.
5th Avenue or something? Something like that. 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue, something like that.
5th Ave.
That's like the little party spot in downtown Playa.
It's like Main Street. Yeah. It's like
Okay, I don't know what Main Street is, but
that just sounds like the Main Street. Like, whenever Main Street, that's like the big street where everything is happening.
All right, well, that was the little party district, and so we just all walked from the dinner venue down there, and by the time we got down there, half of the town was like wondering who we were, and next thing you know, we're literally in the street dancing. We got people, locals, doing the Cupid Shuffle with us. We got other brides, a Mexican bride. She was out having a bachelorette party. Yeah. She was kicking it. It just turned into, a great night. It creates, like, I don't know, it's like a little, it adds to that sense of community and that bonding that you have with your guests when you're all dressed alike and you're out, and it was dope. Yeah. And I got really drunk that night.
Groom to be. Congratulations. It's a video. I captured the video.
You did get really drunk that night. Yes.
I did.
And then it's our wedding day. Now.
Big day.
Big day. Now.
Yes.
One thing you decided to do, for us to do, was